Hello everyone. Today we are going to see about the scattering losses and the bending losses in this topic. Scattering losses. The scattering losses in glass arise due to the following factors. So that is microscopic variations in the material density, compositional fluctuations, structural inhomogeneities and structural defects which will occur during the fiber fabrications. So the scattering losses will be as the glass is composed by randomly connected network of molecules and several oxides. That is example SiO2, GeO2 and P2O5. So these are the major causes of compositional structure fluctuations. So the scattering losses will be divided into two types, that is linear and non-linear scattering losses. So in linear there is two types, that is Rayleigh and Mees scattering. In non-linear there is two types, that is stimulated Brillouin scattering and Raman scattering. Let's see one by one. Linear scattering losses. So in this linear scattering, some or all the optical power will be contained within the one propagation mode to be transferred linearly, that is proportionally to the mode power, so into a different mode. So these losses will be occur in the leaky mode or radiation mode. So it will not be continued to propagate within the core of the fiber and is radiated out from the fiber, so that is within the cladding. So the scattering losses will be more in multimode fibers due to the higher dopant concentration and greater compositional fluctuations. So the linear scatterings are classified into two categories. They are Rayleigh scattering and Mees scattering. Rayleigh scattering. So the Rayleigh scattering is the dominant intrinsic losses mechanism in the ultraviolet region and its tail extends up to infrared region. So the main definition of the Rayleigh scattering is it is caused by inhomogeneities that on a small scale when compared with the wavelength of the light. So these microscopic variations will be arise from density and compositional variations and results in the fluctuation in the refractive index over the distance, which are much less than the value of the wavelength. So the Rayleigh scattering is made in the glass. It is the same phenomenon that will scatters the light from the sun in the atmosphere, which will give rise to the blue sky. So this scattering is almost in all direction and it will produces the attenuation which is proportional to 1 by lambda 4. So here the glass is made up of several acids like SiO2, P2O5 etc. That is compositions fluctuations can occur because of several oxides which will rise to the Rayleigh scattering losses. The scattering is almost in all the direction and it will produces the attenuation proportional to 1 by lambda 4. So the Rayleigh scattering coefficient will be gamma r is equal to 8 pi cube divided by 3 lambda power 4 n power 8 p squared beta t kb tf, where n is the refractive index of the silica, p is the average photoelectric constant, kb is the Boltzmann constant, beta t is the isothermal compressibility of the material at fictive temperature and tf is the fictive temperature. So from this equation we will observe that the effect of Rayleigh scattering is strongly influenced by wavelength of operation and it will reduces at longer wavelength. Fictive temperature. So fictive temperature is defined as the temperature at which the glass can reach a state of thermal equilibrium and it is closely related to the anneal temperature. So the transmission loss factors can be calculated by using the Rayleigh scattering coefficients as LR is equal to exponential of minus gamma r L. So the corresponding attenuation, which will be in decibels per unit length due to the Rayleigh scattering, can be calculated as alpha RS equal to 10 log 1 by L. So where L is the length of the fiber. Next one is Mie scattering. So these linear scattering may also occur in homogeneities which are comparable in size to the guided wavelength. So these results from the non-perfect cylindrical structure of the waveguide and may be caused by fiber imperfections such as irregularities in the core cladding interface. The core cladding refractive index differences along the fiber length, diameter fluctuations, strains and bubbles. So the scattering created by such inhomogeneities in the forward direction is called as Mie scattering. So here there will be the reduction of Mie scattering. They are removing the imperfections due to the glass manufacturing process, carefully controlled extrusion and coating of the fiber, increasing the fiber guidance by increasing the relative refractive index difference. So these are the factors which can reduce the Mie scattering due to the significant levels. Nonlinear scattering losses. Nonlinear scattering will causes the optical power from one mode to transferred in the either the forward or backward direction to the same or other modes at a different frequency. So it will depends critically upon the optical power density within the fiber, and hence only it becomes significant above threshold power levels. There are two types of nonlinear scatterings. They are stimulated Brillouin scattering and stimulated Raman scattering. First, stimulated Brillouin scattering. So it means it may occur when the light is modulated through the thermal molecular vibrations within the fiber. So the interactions of the photon with the vibrating molecules of material will be results in the phonon of acoustic frequency as well as scattered photon of the different energy or wavelength. So the spectrum of the scattered light will appear in the form of upper and lower sidebands which are separated from the incident light by the modulation frequency. So the incident photon in this scattering process will produce a phonon of acoustic frequency as well as a scattered photon. So this will produce optical frequency shift which will varies with the scattering angle because the frequency of the sound wave will varies with acoustic wavelength. So the expression for the threshold power of the density is given by Pb is equal to 4.4 into 10 to the power of minus 3 d squared lambda squared alpha dB V watts, where d is the fiber core diameter in micrometers, lambda is the operating wavelength in micrometer, alpha decibel is the fiber attenuation in decibel per kilometer, and V is the source bandwidth in gigahertz. This expression will allows the determination of threshold optical power and which will launched into the single mode optical fiber before the stimulated Brillouin scattering occurs. Stimulated Raman scattering. It is associated with the generation of high frequency optical phonon, unlike SPS which is associated with generation of acoustic phonon. So here the stimulated Raman scattering can occur in both the forward and the backward directions in the optical fibers. So it is higher than the Brillouin threshold in a particular fiber. So the optical power threshold PR for stimulated Raman scattering in a long single mode fiber is given by PR is equal to 5.9 into 10 to the power of minus 2 d squared lambda alpha dB watts. Next we are going to see about the bending loss. The optical fiber suffers radiation losses which causes the light energy to be radiated from the fiber whenever an optical fiber will undergoes a bends or curves on their paths. There are two types of bending losses. They are macroscopic bending losses and microscopic bending losses. Both macro and micro bending can cause the significant attenuation in the optical fibers. Next, macroscopic bending. It is otherwise known as the large radius losses. So these losses will occur when the radius of curvature of the bend is greater than the fiber diameter. So the radius of the curvature of the bend will decreases, the loss will increases exponentially up to a certain critical radius. Then the curvature loss becomes observable. So the bend radius is made smaller, otherwise it will reach the threshold point. Then the losses becomes extremely large suddenly. So this figure will shows that the part of the mode which is on the cladding outside the dashed arrowed line may be required to travel faster than that on the inside, so that the wave front perpendicular to the direction of the propagation is maintained. So this is not possible always, as the energy associated with this part of the mode is lost through radiation. So the amount of the optical radiation from bent fiber is depending on the field strength of Xc and on the radius of curvature capital R. The bending loss will depends on the radius of curvature, and it can be empirically expressed as alpha R is equal to C1 exponential of minus C2 R, where C1 and C2 are empirical constants and R is the radius of curvature of bending. Next, radius of curvature. For the multimode fiber, the critical radius of curvature or critical value of radius of curvature, that is RC, of the macro bending of fiber is given by RC is equal to 3n1 squared lambda divided by 4 pi root of n1 squared minus n2 squared. For a single mode fiber, the critical radius of curvature, that is RCS, can be estimated as RCS equal to 20 lambda divided by root of n1 squared minus n2 squared into 2.748 minus 0.996 lambda by lambda c the whole power minus 3, where lambda c is the critical wavelength. Total number of modes. The total number of modes that can be supported by curved fiber is less than in a straight fiber. So the effective number of modes that are supported by curved graded index fiber is given by M effective is equal to M infinity into 1 minus alpha plus 2 divided by 2 alpha del into 2a by r plus 3 by 2n squared kr the whole power 2 by 3, where alpha is the graded index profile, del is the core index core cladding index difference, n2 is the cladding refractive index, a is the core radius, and k is the 2 pi by lambda, that is wave propagation constant, and r is the radius of curvature of bend. So next we are going to see microscopic bending losses. Microscopic bends which are the small radii of curvatures and also comparable to the fiber diameter. So microbend losses are mainly due to small scale fluctuations in the radius of curvature of the fiber axis. So this situation arises when the fibers are incorporated into the cables. So the fluctuations in the radius of curvatures are caused either due to non-uniformities in the manufacturing of the fiber or due to non-uniform lateral pressures which are created during the cabling of fibers. So this type of bending introduces slight surface imperfections which can cause the mode coupling between the adjacent modes or coupling of energy between the guided modes and leaky modes in the fiber. Next is reduction of microbending losses. The microbending losses can be minimized by introducing the compressible jacket over the fiber. So when an external force is applied, the jacket will be deformed, but the fiber will tend to stay relatively straight. Thank you.